Hey everyone, here we are today. We got the stucco crew out and they're starting, so I wanted to just show a couple things. Here's our screed at the door. We're holding that down about 6 inches. And as we come over, we're transitioning down. So this little piece right here, that's a weep screed, the one with the holes. And then they have a little J mold that's turning down, which is the vertical, and then continuing the weep screed. And then they haven't got to that side yet. But also, I wanted to show you here, everything in pink is my insulation in my existing house. And when stucco goes over the framing where there's not sheathing, they actually do it with a bunch of wires. It's tough to see here, but there's the wires that's there to hold the backing when they start putting the stucco on. So that's a pretty neat thing. You can see the old wires there, and then they just put the new wires on. So that's some cool stuff that's going on. I always read about it being in the business, but it's another thing when you actually see it. So that's pretty cool. We'll give another update as things progress. Here we are where they're starting to put the paper on over. This is the ADU portion where there's sheaths. So they put the screed down just like on the other side, and now they start papering. Obviously they paper from the bottom up. They're putting on 2 layers of 60-minute grade D. Look, you can see it right here. It's all titled out, right? Grade D. Right here is the 60-minute. This is the typical stuff, 2 layers. And so that's going on bottom to top. And you can see how they're then weaving it into the flashing around the windows. Of course, we go over on the jambs, and then the flashing at the bottom goes over the paper. So here's another just progress shot. All right, here we are at the end of the day on Saturday. We had the stucco crew come and wrap the building, so it's starting to look like it's almost getting done. So I'm going to come in and give some real close-up shots here and talk a little bit about it. Obviously, this is before any stucco's on, so it's ready. You can see they've used some caulk or whatever to put on their penetrations. That's kind of neat. I didn't even know they did that, so that's kind of neat. That's an existing vent that they just went around. Look at this. I mean, it's like they went caulk crazy around that outlet box, but I guess that's good. Here's a vent that they just put in. One interesting thing is that you can see that they have this wire, right? There's paper, then wire, and they put the wire right over the vent hole and then put the actual vent over that. So that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before. I don't think that's necessarily bad, but it's definitely efficient for them. They don't have to like cut a bunch of wire around that vent. So that was kind of cool. You can see that there's flashing and weep screeds along the base there for the stucco. And of course they flashed the window. I mean, the window was flashed before, but now they've papered around the window and built, flashed around it properly. Let's go over here to the door. So we can look around the door. Let me look here. This is even better. So the door, it might be tough to see, but there's this little piece of sheet metal on the edge of the door. There it is. So you come up, there it is. And if I look on the other side, and it comes up and it goes across the head of the door. And if I look on the other side, on the other side of that, they've put the paper and the chicken wire. It's not chicken wire, it's lath, but a lot of people call it chicken wire. They put it in there. So that's going to be what they stucco up to. That's I think we usually call that in the office a J mold. So that's an example of a J mold. So that's kind of neat. Let's just keep walking around the outside here, and we'll just look. Here we got that penetration again. So it's like someone went crazy with the caulk, but I guess it's better safe than sorry for these guys. Corner. Here's a corner treatment where they've wrapped the lath around, and then they've put a corner piece. That's what this is. This is a corner piece, and It's interesting that the nails are kind of held out away a little bit when they put that on there to create that corner. So that's gonna just go all the way up. It's kind of neat. And then you can see here on the back, you know, they did the whole gable end. That's kind of cool. Again, more vents, a nice screed line. That's really good. And I don't know if I've ever shown it from here, but we got those vent holes out there. And another little vent hole out there, that's for the ERV. Let's just keep walking around. Again, another corner, another outside corner. That's kind of cool. We're coming on this side. A lot of the same now. Oh, here we go. Look at this. We got a condensate drain for one of our heating and cooling units. And then look, we have another one that's coming out of that vent. So that's cool. And here we got the lines, the coolant lines for the heating and cooling unit, and of course the power. So the heating and cooling unit is going to get mounted right here somewhere on the wall, right about here. Should be on the opposite side of the walk-in closet, so that you know, it's in a least sound sensitive area. As we come around, we got another, this is the hole for the water heater, one of them. We got the wire for the outside light. We got partial corner here, another hole there for the water heater. And then, you know, we get down here and it looks like they didn't finish it. And it's true, they didn't finish it because my contractor didn't have the sheet metal out far enough for the dryer vent so that they couldn't put it on completely. So he's got to do that for them, and they got to finish that up before they actually do the stucco. So, and then as we just look down, you know, this wall here, from this wall on, that's all my existing wall. And I wasn't able to get a video, but the insulator came in and insulated all my existing wall before they wrapped it today. So that was good. So now I have an insulated wall. This west wall has never been insulated for, you know, over 50 years. 50 years? Over 60 years now. And then this is where my coolant line came out for my air conditioning system. That was, they flashed around that, and then this is the junction box that they are working around. They'll stucco this whole thing, and then we'll remount the box. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna walk over here and we're gonna show you the corner and how they're gonna tie in. So we'll start from the bottom. You know, I have a brick base, so they chipped all that back and then they papered in there. It looks like they put some bituathane or 40 flash in the corner, and then they just chipped it away to some degree and then stuffed paper in there and chicken wire. So that's where they're gonna tie in. So it's pretty exciting to get the house wrapped, because that means we're really moving and we're almost 100% weathered in. We called for inspection, so hopefully we'll pass that, and then we'll just start hauling on the interior. Anyways, I think that's it for today. Like my video if you like the content that I'm creating, and hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the notification button so that you can be notified of new content, and comment, it'll make my kids' day. I'll talk to you guys later.